Good morning, everybody. This is your weather briefing for the final day of the Chicago Yacht Club Verve Offshore Cup. It's Sunday, 12th of August. I'm meteorologist Chris Bedford, and the forecast is brought to you by Nauticon. Thanks very much for your support, Nauticon, and hoping for another nice day out there today. Looks like weather conditions will be pretty benign once again, and we hopefully will be able to generate just enough breeze to get some decent races in today. Right now, the forecast is calling for fine weather with lots of sunshine and good seasonable temperatures. No thunderstorms are expected, no severe weather expected at all. Here's the morning analysis, surface analysis, which shows the high pressure still in place. It's kind of strung out a little bit. There's probably like a secondary high down somewhere in the Minnesota, Iowa, Wisconsin border region. This is keeping a mostly northerly gradient flow going across the lake, although it is fairly light. You'll notice there's not an isobar to be found across the Great Lakes, and that's always indicative of very light background wind conditions. The satellite picture shows severe clear basically across Chicago and most of Lake Michigan, Illinois. So we should have good sunshine today and reasonable heating. But like I said yesterday, the lake temperatures are relatively warm and the air mass is kind of mild. So not really expecting a big temperature difference between the land and the water. So lake breeze is, while there will be some lake breeze effect, I don't think it's going to really generate much of a strong breeze today. Here's the forecast for midday, basically 1 o'clock this afternoon, and again you can see that weak high pressure across the region. You'll notice some showers down to the south. Those aren't an issue for us. If anything does develop down there, it would move away. The high pressure is keeping the wind relatively calm across the Great Lakes, or the weather relatively calm across the Great Lakes, and by this evening very little change. If anything, the highs sort of kind of weaken with time. So here's the forecast detail. We see that winds are expected to come in from the north, and we'll basically have a northerly breeze going most of the morning. Early this morning, close to shore, it may actually be kicked a little bit more left, sort of north-northwest, but again, pretty light, probably under 5, 6, 7 knots, and kind of patchy, a little bit more right shifted, and a little bit stronger over the lake where there's a little bit more mixing going on. By midday, we will see the winds start to veer to the right, and that's that thermal effect, basically trying to go to a lake breeze. So we've got breeze coming a bit more in from the northeast by this time. So expect a little bit of a modest increase and a right shift. But notice it's quite light out over in the middle of the lake. That's basically where the lake breeze is originating. So in this area here, the wind is actually descending and diverging out from the middle of the lake, and over the land we've got air rising and a little bit better mixing in through there. Forecast for later this afternoon shows the lake breeze still there, but not quite as strong. In fact, it looks like the wind backs a little bit more toward the northeast. Not much change in pressure though. Still pretty light across all the course area. So looking at the wind table forecast, we see the winds a little bit shifted to the left, as I mentioned. Here in the morning, that's a little bit of lake land breeze mix there. It's kind of oscillating a little, but holds more to the right, or starts a right trend basically from about late morning through the midday as it tries to go into lake breeze. And we do get a little bit of a bump in the pressure, maybe a knot or two as it tries to do that. And then as the afternoon goes on, lake breeze component and gradient component are about equal. So we have kind of an oscillating north-northeast to northeast breeze. Again, pretty soft, relatively weak throughout the area. Say we'll call it sort of 5 to 9 knots for the mid to late afternoon. So not a lot of wind out there today, but I think it will be sailable, and the weather looks to be another great day. So enjoy the last day of the regatta. Thanks.